connect. As the game went on, more young men came out to play, demonstrating their trust in Bobby. He grew up without a father in his household. His mother was addicted to drugs. He moved around often, attended many schools. He overcame his background to become a successful law enforcement officer. And now he is known universally as the basketball cop.
What's your full name?
Robert White.
You know they call you the White Shadow. The Globetrotters?
No.
Yeah, man. Because they said you be in there. You march straight right on in there and tell them what's happened. You know? Right.
Is our what time is this emergency? Oh, no, it's not. How can I help you? No, I called a couple of times about Google Plus. Now, you know that come down next door, across the street, to play basketball in the street. It does not appear that adults live in that house. They come to see this kid that lives there and play basketball and get extremely loud. Well, you play basketball in the street loud.
How did you start this project?
Well, it started with the viral video on Facebook. Shaq ends up seeing the video, gets involved, comes to Gainesville, surprises me and the kids in this pickup game of basketball. And then the whole world saw it. TV interviews all over the world, people wanting to see more, and decided that since they wanted to see more, that I would go ahead and give them more. I decided to start the Basketball Cop Foundation and decided to start promoting, connecting cops with kids.
Your hoop. You ain't got a hoop. You think if you had a hoop, you'd use it?
What is your plans for the future?
Well, to finish out my career as a police officer, I think I have about 8 or 9 years left till I can retire, and hopefully this foundation keeps growing to where I can pick up and do that full time.
You have some very interesting insight on how officers and kids and community should react, and I heard in your expression. Could you give us a little bit more of that?
There's so much tension between law enforcement and the community in this country right now, and particularly with the kids.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going to focus. The adults at this point are going to have to work it out. However, they're going to have to work it out with.
Your program, for some reason, has had a really strong effect on the community and on kids. Can you tell me the reason for that?
Well, I think, unless the kids don't trust us for whatever reason, a lot of the kids in the community don't trust us. They're scared of us. They see what's on TV. They see what's on social media, and that's all they see. So the only way we're going to change that as police officers is to get out there, get out of our cars, and go interact with them one-on-one. Kind of getting other officers and motivating them to get out there and do the same thing.
So you're teaching the kids and officers at the same time?
Right. A lot of the newer officers, or even officers that have been around a little while, that haven't really consciously thought of the issue and consciously thought of, I'm the only one that's going to fix this issue. Showing them the positive feedback that you get from an officer that's going out and interacting with the youth. They start getting it. And then with the newer officers, for example, this week on a basketball court I built out in Gainesville at a church, I went by there just a few days ago, and there was about 6 or 7 kids out there playing. And I knew my zone partner's a field training officer, and he had a rookie with him. So I called them over so that this rookie from, right in training can learn the importance of community policing and interacting with the kids. And we played ball with them for a little while.
In Savannah, the Globetrotters have coffee and a cop. And it's merely having people sit down and talk their problems out and see if they can find a solution. And we've been playing 3-man basketball with the kids, and gangs, more or less, which is almost a different animal.
Right.
What do you see for the future of this program?
I think will always be one initiative that will keep going. There's 18,000 police agencies in the United States. I've only delivered to 27. So there's a lot of opportunity that can go forever. And right now I'm actually looking at implementing a mentoring initiative to where we connect cops with kids, not just on calls for service or between calls, but to where you get an officer who finds a kid in the community that doesn't have a male figure in their life that's kind of adopts them as a, kind of as a kid of their own to do things with off duty and to build relationships with and be that male figure for that kid going forward. That's something I'm working on now, and with funds permitting, hopefully we'll get that going in the next year or so.
I only had the opportunity to meet Officer Bob White this evening, but on a personal note, I want to thank you for what you do for our children, all of our children. God bless you. It says, we honor you as a police officer and a leader who took one game of basketball and turned it into a journey to begin trusting relationships within your community. Creating the Basketball Cop Foundation has given law enforcement and youth the tools to create and cultivate change in their own communities using sport to bring people together for positive social change. We encourage you to keep doing what you're doing because you are making a difference in so many lives. And we encourage you to just keep the faith. Your foundation will grow as well as your mission. And on behalf of the mothers that represent the basketball players, we applaud you for your effort.
I've done all kinds of news interviews. I can't tell you how many, and I've gotten an opportunity to speak, and I've never scripted anything or figured out what I was going to say until I'm right here, so I'm not going to change that tonight. Just basically, I became a police officer, and it doesn't take long before you realize that how the community looks at you isn't necessarily what you thought it was going to be. You get out there on the road, you expect that people are going to be mad at you when you give them a speeding ticket, and they're going to get on Facebook and they're going to text their friends and tell them some jerk gave me a ticket today. This video that you saw was just another day on the job doing what I do. Our PIO, Ben Tobias, put it on Facebook, went viral, and thousands of people were commenting. I'm reading for hours and hours out. We need more cops like this. We need to see more of this. And I'm like, there are plenty of cops like this. There are thousands of cops like this everywhere. We need to see more of this, need to see more of this. And it's a little disappointing, I guess, to see that the world doesn't know that this is normal. I promise to keep doing what I'm doing to make a difference and build trust with these kids as long as the funds permit. Thank you.